I want to share some of the biggest mistakes I see beginners making when they're looking at getting started with freelance copywriting and they're looking to land their first few clients. I have a paid course called Zero to Paid, and there is links in the description to that. And the main goal of that is to help people get their first few copywriting clients, to get them out the start gate and making money with copywriting. But today I wanted to share some mistakes I've seen that hold people back to help you avoid them and save time and land clients quicker as a beginner freelance copywriter. First mistake I see, people only focusing on job boards like Upwork, Fiverr. Now, job boards are great when you're starting out, okay? I have like a love-hate relationship with them. I personally haven't really used job boards, haven't needed to, but I see people going to them and trying to solely rely on them. The thing with job boards though, they aren't the place you are going to find high-paying, long-term clients from. They're just not. People use these websites, people like entrepreneurs and business owners, they use Upwork and Fiverr most of the time for one-off gigs and projects. And they're usually quite low paying because they want something done fast and they want something done quickly. When you position yourself on these places and you only focus on the job boards, you're essentially pigeonholing yourself into competition with other copywriters who can essentially be quite low price copywriters. So what I've seen on there from my experience is that it's a race to the bottom. Most people are trying to charge as little as they can for their services to attract clients. For me, I like to charge the highest price in a market for my services. I don't like being in the middle, like it's too competitive. So I've always been taught either be the least expensive in a market or the most expensive. And there is definitely a client for both. When you have a service that is the least expensive, you are going to get compared to everyone else. Well, you're going to get compared to everyone else anyway. You essentially rub yourself off as cheap. And when you do that, you attract cheap clients. And cheap clients are, honest to God, the worst people you can work with. They might be great people, they might be very lovely people, but when it comes to business, they try and cut corners, they try and cut you down, they try and ask you to do more than they paid you for, they say that your writing isn't worth it. They just try and literally squeeze every ounce of energy and effort out of what you are doing, and they don't value your work. This is from my experience. You may have different experience with this. So job boards aren't the place I would spend most of my time focusing on. But like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with job boards. When you're first starting out, you have this phenomenon where you are trying to build your confidence, you're trying to grow your skills, you're trying to get better at writing. You don't have any clients though. So starting on places like Fiverr and Upwork to get clients and get your reps in essentially is a fast way to learn copywriting and become a better writer. And you're getting paid for doing it at the same time. It might not be a lot of money, but you're still getting paid. In that sense, I do kind of like job boards for that, but don't use them as a long-term play and think that you are going to be on job boards finding clients for the rest of your copywriting career, because that's not the best way to grow a freelance business. Which kind of brings me on to the next mistake, and it's not understanding where the real money is in copywriting. So there's a couple of different ways you can make real money in copywriting. One of them is in revenue share deals, where you take a percentage of an amount of revenue or profit you make for a client. Essentially, it's passive income. So you're making money while you sleep without really doing much. So you do a lot of front-loaded work. If your copywriting makes money for the client, you take a cut of that, and that's how it can grow. And that obviously is a deal that you would negotiate with a client that goes on for a number of weeks, months, or even years. Now, another thing about not understanding where the real money is, most of my money when I first started copywriting came from networks. And networks, I don't like the word networking, but it was in Facebook community groups, basically places online and offline where my target audience congregated and gathered together. So Facebook groups, communities where there was like-minded people there. And I used to work with online entrepreneurs, course creators, education companies, things like that. So I was trying to find communities where all these people were in one place, because then I was the copywriter there. And if there was nobody else there offering copywriting, who are they going to come to when they need copywriting? And if you do a good piece of work for one person, but that one person tells two people, and so on, you very quickly become the go-to copywriter in your space. So networks is a really, really good place to find clients, and it's where a lot of the real money is created. Mistake number 3 is kind of related to number 2, but it's not understanding how to build your network. So for me, I essentially joined as many groups as I could where my target audience were. And it can sometimes feel like you're throwing yourself into a bit of a blender. Like, you have to put yourself out there as a copywriter to get clients. You have to start speaking to people because it is essentially about building relationships with people. You can't just expect people to find you in the beginning. You have to go out your way, put the reps in, put the effort into outreach to clients, right? And a quick way of doing that is by surrounding yourself with big groups of people, big groups of your target audience, essentially, right? So Facebook groups are great for this. Any other paid communities, get yourself in there. Like, that is one of my best tips and pieces of advice to making real money in copywriting. And mistake number 4 is not getting better at your craft of writing. So like with anything, to get better at it, you have to put the reps in and continue learning and improving and optimizing what you're doing. And copywriting is no different. I spend a lot of time in honing my craft, right? And when you get paid clients, essentially you are honing your craft every single day because you're writing every single day for these clients. By not doing that and staying stagnant is the fastest way to cap your income and cap your actual skill level. And again, this is where mentors come in, and surround yourself with people who are further ahead than where you are. So mentors, I don't even care if you're doing copywriting or not. If you're watching this video, get yourself a mentor. If you have a goal in mind and you're like a progression seeking human being, which most of us are, find somebody who has already achieved what you want to do. That is the fastest way for you to reach success. Don't try and figure it out yourself and make it so you are literally pushing a boulder uphill all the time, not theoretically. Put your reps in, surround yourself with people who are ahead of you, as well as around the same level as you. The people who are ahead of you have faced roadblocks you are already facing. They can tell you how to navigate around them and get to your goals faster. That is one of the reasons I put Zero to Paid together. There's a link to that in the description below. But it's to surround yourself with, one, people who are on a similar mission to you. So I'm guessing aspiring copywriters if you're watching this video. And 2, people who are already ahead of you. I don't want to sound big-headed, but maybe the likes of me, because I've already achieved what you might be looking to achieve. But that goes for everything. Go and surround yourself with the right types of people. Your environment is massive. And with this, it will pay off dividends. Don't just sit and hide in your office at home and just think you can do everything on your own. That is the fastest way to not win. Drop me a comment below if you've got any questions on getting clients, and all the useful links will be in the description of this video. Take care. See you in a bit.